Hey guys, before we actually go into the programming of a React Native app, we're going to design a quick design of the app we're going to make. And to do that, we're going to use Adobe XD. Now, there are other tools out there like Figma, Balsamiq. I'd recommend you guys do some research on those ones. So right now we can just type app similar to Adobe XD, probably the quickest way. And yeah, you'll get quite a few links. Go through them, experiment with a few different apps, see the ones you like, and pick that. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to use Adobe XD. So if you don't have it, just Google Adobe XD. First, none add link. Click that, and then you'll just click start for free. It is completely free. It will install the Creative Cloud, but within that you just install Adobe XD. You don't need to buy any other packages. Now I've already got it here. So this is the app we're gonna design. I'll walk you through the process of designing everything, doing a quick tutorial and stuff. So what we should do is, when you first open up Adobe, you're not actually gonna see this. You're going to see, let me create a new one. You'll see this screen here. Now this screen, there's quite a bit of info. This will all be blank, of course, recent stuff. But here you can select your screen size. So if you design for mobile, you'll have this one here, designing for the web, this one here, and there's a few other custom stuff you can do. So for the purpose of our tutorial, let's go ahead and select iPhone X, XS 11 Pro, and just click into that. Now that we're here, we'll go through the basics. So you see on the left, we've got our file menu where you can open stuff, create a new one, save, etc. We've also got our toolbar. So here we've got our select option, which allows us to select items. So here we can select the artboard here. We've got our square rectangle. It allows us to create square rectangles. We'll probably use this shape the most, but these other ones are quite useful. So we've got our ellipse, create different types of circles. We've got our polygon, which can make different types of triangles. And then we've got our line tool. We've got our pen tool, which is good for really custom shapes. And then we've got our text, so we can type some good stuff here. And we've got the artboard tool, so this allows us to add a new artboard. By default, it will just use the artboard that you used last. So in our case was an iPhone. However, for a lot of reasons, you may develop in other screens too. So instead of, you can do both iPhone, and you can just select, let's say, Web 1920, and we can develop both views at the same time. And then we've got the zoom tool, which allows us to zoom in, and then if you hit Alt, you can zoom out. But the way I like to zoom is I use Control and then use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Now then, you can also do Alt if wanted. So what we also have is our assets section, which is just here. This bit is for our colors, character styles, components. This is mainly for reusability and customization. So we can save colors here. Character styles would be fonts, sizes, colors of the fonts, that kind of stuff. Components would be things we make using the shapes, and then if we want to have multiple components, we can reuse those over and over again. Kind of like bringing in a shape, you bring in a component. And then we've got our layers section. So here we can see our artboard. If we double click into that, we'll be able to see the actual items inside of there, components inside of there. Now if we close that out and have a look on our left, we've got our kind of transform component area. It's got layout, everything. So this is where we start modifying our components with the settings available. So if we have a look at a rectangle, we've got our layout options up here. So we can align to the top, to the middle, and to the bottom. And if we bring back to the top, we can also align to the left, middle again, and then to the right. We can also create a grid. So this is good for when you know you've got a list of items. So you just click repeat grid and you can just drag it down, and you can drag and right too. We'll undo that. We've got our width, height, X and Y, and our rotation here in degrees. We can modify these if you want to get very precise on some components, and most of the time you do want to. You can change the positioning, rotation if needed. You can also do all of that here as well. So as you can see, rotate, resize. We've got our tools here to flip them. So we can flip horizontally, vertically, because it's a rectangle, wouldn't do anything. So let's select the triangle. Should be able to, yeah, there we go. And then we've got a horizontal scroll, which allows us to create kind of items here to which we can put horizontally. We don't need to worry about that too much at the moment, but we'll see more into that as we develop the app. Same with vertical, and for both vertically and horizontally. Now we can fix the position when scrolling. That means it'll be absolute, so it'll stay where it is as you scroll. We've got our responsive resize, so Adobe will try to be smart and resize it for you as you're changing stuff, making sure everything is neat and tidy. And then we've also got our appearance section, so the opacity, the kind of blend mode. We've got our border radius, fill, so you can change the color, change the border as well. We can change the border size. I mean, border radius we can put like 20. You see now we've got nice rounded corners, and we can also just specify specific corners like that. So as you can see, got cornered edge and then rounded edge. And then we can specify how the border is kind of joined up, the stroke styles, and whether it's beveled, rounded, etc. And we can also add shadows to it, like so. And then we can blur out the background if needed. And that's pretty much the basics so far. As we go through, I'll show you more techniques and how to use it. I would recommend checking out other tutorials on YouTube and really just practice. If you've got an idea, or try to replicate another application the same way. So I'll see you in the next video.